All that, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, that is called Bidenomics. That is called Bidenomics, and we are very proud of Bidenomics. President Biden and I came into office with a plan to strengthen America's economy. It's a term we're very proud of, I must tell you, because Bidenomics is working. It's working.
For the last 3 years, the American people have been ravaged by inflation. That inflation, like all inflation, is man-made. That man's name is Joe Biden. Since President Biden has been president, the average electricity bill in America, the average, has gone up 27%. Louisiana gasoline, I know every state is different, but Louisiana gasoline under President Biden is up 59%. Eggs are up 79%. Bread, 30%. Coffee, 30%. Milk, 15% under President Biden. Ice cream, 26%. Housing in general is up 19% because of President Biden's inflation. Clothing, 12%. Used cars and trucks, 20%. New cars, 19%. Mortgage rates are up a staggering 160%. If you add it all up under President Biden, inflation the last 3 years has been 20% in Louisiana and 19.2% nationwide. Louisiana is not a wealthy state. The median household income in my state for a family of four is between $55,000 and $60,000 a year. Mom, dad, 2 children. That's not a lot of money when you think about it. A working family, mom and dad both work. They both have to drive to work, so they have car payments. They have a house note. They have to buy food. Sometimes they have to pay tuition for their children. As a result of President Biden's inflation, the average family in Louisiana is paying today an extra $900 a month. That's almost $11,000 a year. Now, I know that each of you makes more than $55,000 or $60,000 a year, but imagine that for a moment that you make $60,000 a year and you're the provider for your family. And all of a sudden, you've got to find an extra $11,000 a year. Wow. You know, you max out your credit cards, you go through your savings, you've spent all your STEMI checks long ago. Inflation is gutting the American people like a fish. It has become a cancer on the American dream.
The U.S. stock market taking a tumble Monday.
There's a perception out there that the economy is either in or close to a recession.
Rattling America's confidence in the economy, the downturn following a weaker than expected jobs report on Friday. Donald Trump quick to dub this the Kamala crash.
If Harris wins this election, you will quickly have a Kamala economic crash. You're going to have a crash. You could also have a crash like in 1929, more specifically, because that's where we're headed.
Meanwhile, on the campaign trail, Kamala Harris attempting the delicate dance of acknowledging voter concerns while not harshly criticizing the current administration.
Yes, it is true that by many indicators, our economy is the strongest in the world. But while inflation is down and wages are up, prices are still too high. You know it and I know it.
Some analysts pointing out shielding herself from backlash over the economy could be tricky.
She is the incumbent, and the incumbent party right now has a lot of baggage, notably the frustration about the state of the economy. Donald Trump still has a sizable lead on who do you think would do a better job on the economy.
A new CBS News YouGov poll shows more voters think they would be better off financially under Trump's policies compared with Harris's. Trump's plan includes higher tariffs on imported goods, lowering corporate taxes, doing away with taxing tipped wages, undoing Biden's investments in green energy, and putting pressure on the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. Harris, on the other hand, wants to raise corporate taxes, take on price gouging, ban additional hidden fees and late charges, and cap unfair rent increases, as well as caps on prescription drug costs for all Americans. With just over 90 days left until the presidential election, polling shows many Americans feel very pessimistic about the economy. And with the economy top of mind, it's expected to play a big role in who Americans vote for. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.